Metatron. Who is Metatron? How can you connect with Metatron? What can he help you with? We're going to answer all these questions today and so much more on this episode of the Archangel series. Angel Heart Radio programs should not be used to replace your legal or medical advice. Welcome everyone to Angel Heart Radio. You are our focus. We want you to know that you matter in the world and that you're important to the world. We're here to remind you of just how valuable and needed you are right now. Help us to help others. If you like what you hear, tell your friends, post, tweet, pin, let everyone know how amazing Angel Heart Radio is. So again, welcome to Angel Heart Radio. Powered by love, Angel Heart Radio is sponsored by AngelLight777.com. Hello everyone, welcome. Yay! We're high-fiving all over the place here because we are with you today with Archangel Metatron and the Archangel series. We're so excited to be back with this series, and it's been quite a while, hasn't it, Leesa, since we've broadcast the Archangel series?
Oh, it's been too long, hasn't it? Yeah, we've missed being on the airwaves, and it's we're back with Metatron.
Yes, we are now. We're back. We're here always with all our other programs, of course. But just to let you know why you haven't heard an episode of the Archangel series for so long, Leesa, I can't even count how many times we've actually sat online, ready to go, in the studio, and at the last second, internet drops out, weather moves in. So many times, hasn't it been?
Yes, it has. It's been it has been frustrating, but there was obviously a reason that we needed to bring this show to the airwaves today, I should say, in my opinion.
Yeah. So, and it's been illness. You've moved, I've moved. There's been so many things.
Yeah.
But we're really excited to be here today, and we want you to know we're back. It's Archangel Metatron this time, Archangel Raphael next time. So, Leesa, welcome. It's great to be back on the air with you doing this particular program. We did a wonderful show with Trudy Griswold on Saturday, a reason, a season, a lifetime.
Yeah.
Wasn't it great? You guys can grab that in the archives anytime. Okay, hello everyone. I'm Anayah Joy Holilly. I am the founder and executive producer of Angel Heart Radio. I'm the creator of AngelLight777.com. I'm an advanced angel intuitive. I'm a angelic communicator. I'm a voice for the angels, which I absolutely love. And I'm an author of the upcoming book, The Angel Code, Journey into the Words Whispered to Me. And I'm delighted to be here with you.
Namaste. I'm Leesa Ellis, angel specialist and intuitive. I'm a registered Diana Cooper Foundation angel teacher, a registered Karuna Reiki master teacher, and a certified Theta healer. I'm also co-host of the Angel Heart Radio shows, obviously the Archangel series, but also Angel Life. You can find out more about me and my work at www.feathersofanangel.com.
Archangel Metatron, thank you so much, Metatron, for hanging in with us and giving us that courage to keep going. Because it's been about 6 or 7 times, everyone, and every time, as I said, something's come up. So it's good just to keep going through and knowing, okay, we'll go again. It's the not giving up. And I think in a lot of ways, this is what Metatron really symbolizes to me in amongst all his other work, is using the sacredness of his work with us here on Earth to just keep our focus on the priority of what it is to just keep going, Leesa.
Yes, it's like from what I understand of Archangel Metatron, he is a great archangel who's very active with spearheading the ascension process on Earth. So he's very attuned to light workers. And if you're a light worker, you'll understand the need to be persistent. Don't give up. Keep moving forward. Keep doing your work. Metatron is there to help you with that persistence.
Absolutely. And, Metatron has lived an earthly life, as has his brother, Archangel Sandalphon, who on earth was the prophet Elijah. And this is the thing. He understands what it's like to live a life here on Earth in a human form. And so he's really geared to helping us in our humanness, in our everyday needs, to keep going, to move forward. And he's also really incredibly talented at helping us in very practical ways with our spiritual understanding. And sometimes, Leesa, that means, doesn't it, it hasn't worked or there's been a block. Not to go to the place of, oh, it's not going to happen, it's not meant to be, I'm doing something wrong, I must be blocking it. Because our spiritual understanding and work takes us far above that earthly plane and that human part of us called the ego, doesn't it?
Very much, very much. And Metatron's a great archangel or angel to call upon for those particular qualities. If you're feeling like you're burdened and you can't carry on, the Metatron will give you the determination, the motivation, and the persistence to carry on. All you need to do is ask him.
That's right. So how often do you hear, Leesa, when people are chatting on Facebook or in real life or whatever, people might say, oh, it can't be meant to be because it's not happening, it's not going in the direction that I want it to?
Yeah, I do hear that quite a bit. It's just like people, all they need to do is tap into Metatron. He's the perfect angel to help them with that.
Because it really is far greater. It's a far bigger energy that we're working with than meant to be or not meant to be. In some ways, when we say it's not meant to be, we're really handing our power over to things either working or not working, which is a very human way of looking at life. Because really, we have a far greater database, if you want to call it that, within the heavens and all the beautiful beings, the archangels included, who are here to assist us and work with us. And it's time for us to really ascend beyond what we have up until now, and possibly even until this minute for some people listening, believed that, the way things work. We've got a much greater power than we realise, Leesa, and working with the archangels helps us to tap into that power.
Yes, very much. And like I say, most light workers who are actively helping Earth's ascension, they're attuned to Metatron's energy, and he's very good at coordinating groups of light workers to come together to achieve results that benefit humanity. So if you want to put together, say, a prayer circle or a healing group or something like that and gather your light worker friends, whether they're professional light workers or if they're just very devoted to the spiritual path, Metatron will help you achieve that goal. He is here to benefit humanity.
Absolutely. And being a part of humanity, we are perfectly placed to work with Metatron as we are with all the angels and archangels, the ascended masters, etc., to really be a part of this amazing universal shift that's taking place on planet Earth. Because as we ascend and as we bring about more light to the planet, as we anchor it, as we work it, live it, breathe it, speak it, love it, we are influencing everything in the universe, Leesa, aren't we? Because everything and everyone is connected in ways that we can't even understand.
Well, yes, I think it is, quite frankly, beyond our simple comprehension, but it's the way the universe works is like on one part of the universe, a butterfly flaps its wings. They call it the butterfly effect, and it has effects right throughout the universe. We're all one. We're all connected. We all affect each other for better or worse, so why not make it for better?
Well said. I really like that. Why not make it for the better? Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So people who are looking for information on Metatron and Sandalphon, you guys might notice that unlike all the other archangels, their name does not end in the EL suffix, which is really interesting because it also creates some mystery around them that we really don't often understand. What, when were they actually ascended? What do their names mean, Leesa? Sometimes we don't have this information, but it doesn't have to stop us from connecting, does it?
No, absolutely not. We're connecting to the energy of the angel. They don't actually have a set physical form or even a gender. It's just they are pure love, and that's what you're connecting with when you connect with an angel.
Absolutely. And it's great, isn't it? Because sometimes people say to me, how will I recognize, let's use Archangel Metatron as an example today, how will I recognize, what will they look like? And as you say, they don't have a physical form, they don't have a body, but they will come to us with signs and signals that mean something to us. And, of course, they also come to us with colours, for example, attached to them, so that, we can, really understand the band of light or the band of the ray that they're actually working within. And for Metatron, the colour is violet or green. You might even see them together.
Yeah, so I've also heard of people perceiving Metatron as a vast golden orange sun. He's just got the most magnificent energy and strength and power, and it's just like if you feel like the rays of the sun beating down on you, this beautiful, loving energy. I haven't personally experienced Metatron as a colour, but I see him from time to time in my third eye. Metatron works closely with light workers, like I said before, and he's very available to us all, not just light workers, but anyone who wants to work with him. So if you do work better with colours, violet and green would be great colours to work with.
Yeah. I have an experience of Metatron coming to me. It's beautiful, actually. There is a definite violet band down the centre with a golden sort of light trickling down through the centre of it, and either side, almost like wings, is that beautiful, there's a green, almost like a Raphael green, but a different shade, which I've never seen with my physical eyes, so it's hard to explain. But it's that incredible feeling of that golden light coming down, almost like a DNA helix coming down through the centre of it. It's beautiful.
Wow, that sounds incredible.
It's lovely. It's really, really lovely. I can feel him here with me now. So in order to call on Archangel Metatron, or indeed any of the angels or archangels, it is simple as just saying, Metatron, be with me now. We don't have to have a long, drawn-out prayer, though we can if that's something that we feel connected to. We can if that's how we work, Leesa, can't we?
Absolutely. I mean, for me, prayer is one of my number one tools, so I'll work with the angels a lot by prayer, which I don't think has to be something formal. The way I think of prayer, it's just like talking to a friend. You address them by name, you state your purpose, you state what you want, and at the end you thank them. And then when you get what you want, you thank them again. That's my personal prayer technique. And I chat away with them like I'm chatting with a friend I've known for 30 years or more. It's just a conversation as far as I'm concerned. A request. It doesn't have to be in formal language.
Absolutely. And I'm the same. I even find myself, because I've been working with the angels for so long, I sometimes don't even realise I'm speaking out loud to them, because it's a continual conversation for me. I'm continually connecting with the angels in one form or another. And sometimes I've heard people say, I beg your pardon. Oh, sorry, I wasn't speaking to you. Okay. It's lovely to have that connection. So regardless of whether you are on the path right at the beginning of your angel and archangel connection, whether you've been on it for a small amount of time or even a really, really, really long time, it doesn't matter, because it's all the same place. You're on the path. You're connected. You're in that energy stream, and that's the place to be. Hey, Leesa.
Absolutely it is, yeah. That's when the blessings come into your life, and you know your connection, and you feel it, you live it, you are it.
Yeah. Now, Metatron's particularly good with helping for things like when someone says, I'm not as advanced as you, or I'm not on the same level as you. That personally doesn't work for me because we are all souls here on the planet who are complete and amazing and powerful and radiant and beautiful, regardless of where we are in our physical being. So we may be doing something, for example, this is a hard one to swallow sometimes for people, Leesa, but we may be acting out on the planet in a way that is less than loving. So it's easy to say, oh, that's not an advanced soul. Now, for all we know, that soul is acting out in that way to give us the opportunity to gather our forces of love and light to direct toward them as well as everybody else. This is a hard concept. It's a big pill to swallow. Yet I think we have to really encompass this, particularly when working with the archangels. Metatron and Michael, of course, also springs to mind because Metatron helps us with focused energy. So when we're focusing our energy that says, I'm more advanced than you, or you are a lower force on the planet, we have to be very careful of those types of behaviours and thought patterns, don't we, Leesa? Because it lessens our own energy field of love.
Well, we are all one. We all have our own unique gifts and abilities. We all have the ability to do the work that you and I do. It's not like coming from a place of ego or superiority. It's coming from a place of just understanding that we all have our own unique gifts, and just because someone's presenting in a certain way, like you say, it might be to show you something you need to know or to learn something in particular, as you called it the other day on the show with Trudy, give you an opportunity to grow rather than thinking of it as a lesson. I really like that. That's a very interesting thought.
Yeah, and it gives me a sense of that it's not that I'm right, it's not that I'm wrong, it's not that I'm good, it's not that I'm bad. It's that I'm presented with an opportunity where I can really, really move in a way that brings me more peace personally, but also every time we have a peaceful thought, feeling, action, word, deed, every time we do that, Leesa, we are actually in our physical beings, literally anchoring more light, which then anchors it to the planet. We've got to really remember this, I feel.
Yes, absolutely. I think that's a wonderful way of thinking of it.
And the more that we do this, the more proactive we are. The more proactive we are, the bigger the difference we make. The bigger the difference we make, the more we influence the shift of the energy field on the planet. So Archangel Metatron is particularly good for this because he has lived in a human experience as the prophet Elijah. He understands what our human concerns are. He understands what it feels like to live a human life, to have human fears, human emotions, human needs, human desires. This really makes him very well suited for us to connect with and to have a real soulmate, as it were, I feel.
Well, what I like about Metatron is one of the abilities he has, and it's very relevant to what you just say, is that because he has lived a human life, Metatron is wonderful with the sensitive children, sensitive adults, sensitive people. He's compassionate. He has a deep understanding of what it's like to be human, and he's very good with the people who feel very deeply.
Absolutely. And this is a really powerful thing because there are so many sensitive people on the planet, and these sensitive people, and we see it all the time. I see it with my grandson Bailey. When he feels so deeply. And to some people looking on, that can look like, oh, that child's got no control. You know what I mean? You see people sometimes shaking their heads. Control that child. What we have to understand is for sensitive people is the way that we feel is very, very powerful. And when we teach children and adults to connect with amazing beings like Archangel Metatron, we are teaching them and experiencing for ourselves an amazing opportunity to really not only move within the power of our feelings, because that's what drives everything, thoughts don't, within the power of our feelings, but how to accept those feelings. So Bailey's balloon broke. He's 4. He cried desperately. He screamed in the shop, "I want my balloon's broken." So I sat down in front of him and I said to him, "Bailey, I know it's really sad when a balloon breaks, isn't it?" "Yes, that's terrible." And so I said to him, "I understand that, Bailey, but guess what? The time for your experience with that balloon just came to an end. But guess what that means? It then opens up a new opportunity. You watch and see. A new balloon's going to come to you one day in its own magical way." And he looked at me and I said to him, "We have to let that one go so a new experience can come to you. But I promise you, no matter what happens, you will be okay." Bam, the energy changed straight away, Leesa. It's no good saying to a child, "Stop that, it's just a balloon. It can't last forever." Well, you shouldn't have touched it on the floor. No point saying that to sensitive people, is there? That's just a harsh energy that doesn't help them move beyond that moment of whether it's pain, fear, loss, grief, anger, whatever it is. We've got to do things in a completely different way now, don't we?
Yes, absolutely. It's not about, like you say, that element of harshness, which was so prevalent once upon a time. It's like the energy shifted. People in general, we did a show about this recently, the one where we talked about, what if people think that I'm a nut job? Stepping out of the spiritual closet, accepting that you're a spiritual being, honouring your feelings, your emotions, your spiritual nature. And people are more open to that now, so there are different tools needed for dealing with situations that revolve around feelings and sensitive people. We can't just say, like you say, "Stop it, you're being silly." That doesn't work.
That's an old paradigm. That's a thinking paradigm, isn't it? That's mental energy. Mental energy, as we know, is extremely dense. And when that energy is dense like that, it's virtually impossible to move beyond it, because by nature its structure keeps us locked within its walls. When we can move out of that, we suddenly realize we have a tremendous amount of freedom. Our feelings can bring us to peace, joy, love. These are not thoughts. Love isn't a thought. Peace isn't a thought. Joy isn't a thought. It's a feeling, an experience. Connect with Archangel Metatron and ask him to help carry you out of that mental energy. He knows how to do it. And help you to move beyond doubts. Because we will find a lot of reason to stay in doubt, won't we? "Oh, yeah, but..."
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, the next thing I'd like to talk about, we're going to come to Archangel Metatron and children shortly, but the next thing I'd like to talk about is the sacred geometry aspect with Metatron and how you connect and have a beautiful clearing and cleansing with him. But first of all, we're going to go to a station break, and we'll see you in just a minute. You're listening to another fabulous program on Angel Heart Radio, sponsored by AngelLight777.com. There is so much more to this magnificent world than meets the eye. You are already connected to your angels. There are messages waiting for you. You are loved. Visit AngelLight777.com, follow your intuition, and choose one of the 3 methods to receive the angels' guidance for you. AngelLight777.com. The angels have a lot to say to you there. Angel Communicators, Anayah and Leesa, are your hosts on the Archangel series, an AngelHeartRadio.com production. The Archangel series introduces you to each archangel and dedicates 1 hour per archangel to give you the opportunity to really connect with them. Learn who they are individually, what their specialties are, and how you can have a hands-on, real-life experience with them. You can visit Anayah at AngelLight777.com and Leesa at feathersofanangel.com. You'll find all the links conveniently located in one spot on angellight777.com. So come meet the archangels. You're going to be so happy with what you learn.
Okay, now before we go any further, I want to give you all the opportunity to hear about the fantastic angel retreat that you're about to run, Leesa, and it's going to be in beautiful New Zealand. So can you tell us a little bit about that and how people can find out about it and become involved?
Well, it's going to be a retreat over 3 days and 3 nights on the west coast of the South Island of New Zealand in a place called Punakaiki. For all the Kiwis who might be interested, and anyone else, of course, if you want to come. It's a very beautiful green spot. And I'm going to be teaching angel communication, how to, my name is Leesa Ellis. I talk to angels. You can too, and I'm going to show you how. So that's 3 days and 3 nights of connecting with the angels, learning to communicate with them and get answers for yourself, and also plenty of time for social time and fun. It's going to be an amazing experience, and you can find out more about it on my website, www.feathersofanangel.com/retreats.html. If you go to my website, feathersofanangel.com, you'll see in the nav bar at the top, there's a button called Retreats. I'm also holding this workshop virtually for anyone who can't travel to New Zealand.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. And I personally absolutely love this opportunity to connect with other people who are also interested in learning more about the angels and learning how that they can talk to the angels themselves, and how not only how wonderful it is, but how practical it is in everyday life, Leesa. Like looking at Metatron today, for example, learning how we can connect with Metatron to help us with all areas of our human experience, but also with our children, and clearing our physical bodies, our personal physical bodies. This is a big thing because when our energy systems are clogged, it affects everything, including our health.
Well, you were going to talk about the sacred geometry of Metatron. I have a little process to share, which, if you want me to share it, of course, and it is called Archangel Metatron's light bath, using his special sacred geometry symbol. Okay. Do you want to talk about the symbol first, so people know what to expect?
Yes, actually, yeah, you're right. We should do. You're right. Go. Let's talk about that first. Okay. Go for it, Leesa.
Okay, so Archangel Metatron has a special geometric symbol sacred geometrical symbol called Metatron's cube. This image is easily found if you Google Metatron's cube. And you'll see that this image actually activates the light body with what we call an open-eyed meditation, which is just gazing on it. It will activate and stimulate your own light body and speed up your ascension and your spiritual growth.
It's a really powerful symbol, and it's a really good one to know about, because even though we don't understand with our physical mind, we might not be able to actually physically think about it or picture it, it actually contains all of the geometric shapes in God's creation. So all the patterns that we need, all the patterns that help us in every area of our lives on this planet and beyond, are contained within that shape. So you can imagine a Merkaba. Now, one of the things you can do, and I've done this and it's beautiful and powerful, is you can call up, just get still for a moment, and then we'll go to Leesa's process as well. So just get still for a moment and call upon Archangel Metatron to surround you in his love, his light, his guidance, his field, this beautiful field of energy that he is. Call upon Archangel Metatron. This ensures that you have the highest level of experience, which is exciting because you don't have to have any fear. And imagine this shape, this beautiful sacred shape. It doesn't even matter whether you can think of what it looks like or not. Think of a Merkaba coming down into the top of your head, down from the heavens, down into the crown chakra, in through the top of your head. Just breathe and allow it to slowly, in its own time, move within your physical body. And as it moves into the top of your head, it begins the process of clearing and also recalibration to allow your body, because our bodies have a big job, Leesa, don't they? We are here. Our energy field is changing all the time. And it's quite draining sometimes for people. As our energy moves up the scale, as it were, and our physical body is a heavy body, the two have to somehow work out how to live together. So the Merkaba can help us do that. Imagine it going down, down, down through your system, down through your body, and allow it the progress and the time it needs to go through your entire being. And know that it's Archangel Metatron who is doing this for you. You can also go to angeltherapy.com/Archangel-Metatron, and that's Doreen Virtue's site, and she's got a really lovely Archangel Metatron meditation there that you can listen to free of charge. So you can use that sacred geometry, that beautiful shape of Metatrons, to allow this process of clearing and cleansing your body and bringing about great peace, balance, harmony, and healing as well. Leesa?
That was lovely.
Take us through your process?
That was really...
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry? Oh, sure thing. Okay, so this is Diana Cooper Foundation's Archangel Metatron's light bath. And so if we just get quiet and center ourselves and take a deep breath in through the nose and then gently release. Feel yourself dropping into your heart space. Now quietly, silently, or aloud, ask Archangel Metatron to prepare his light bath for you. As you relax, you may be aware of a gentle current of light running through your body. Now, either aloud or silently, make this invocation. Archangel Metatron, please now place me within your light bath. All around you, in precise geometric locations, are pillars of beautiful golden glowing light. You are lying at the center of Metatron's cube, a sacred geometrical form. Imagine every cell of your body becoming pure honey golden liquid light. Feel Archangel Metatron's divine presence as he places his hands upon you. Relax totally as the Archangel pours his frequency through every cell of your being. The room is becoming brighter as Archangel Metatron amplifies the light level of the bath to suit your needs precisely. Archangel Metatron to dissolve anything within your body, aura, or fields that you know has been an issue during the day. Feel his golden light flowing through every chakra, opening them and spinning them at a fifth dimensional frequency. Ask Archangel Metatron to hold your perfect level of light within your body and fields at all times, day and night. And now thank him. And relax. Open your eyes gently, wiggle your fingers and toes, and come back to the room.
Oh, that was lovely. I had such a beautiful experience with that, Leesa, and one of the things that happened for me personally was amazing. That light was like pouring out of my eyes, like rivers just running out of my eyes. Yes, it was amazing.
Goodness.
Thank you.
It is.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Okay, so Archangel Metatron may be best known for his work with children, sensitive children. a lot of people may know of Metatron in that field, Leesa, and the different ways, or maybe not even the ways, and we can share those ways today, of working with children who, in the past, they were called ADD, ADHD. Now they're called sensitive children often, and children with learning disabilities, in inverted commas. This is an important area because one of the things that's happened on planet Earth, and there is actually, has anybody ever seen that show called Touch with Kiefer Sutherland in it? Have you ever seen that show, Leesa?
No, I haven't.
Okay, it's a very intense show, but basically it's about a guy who's got a child who they've labelled, and they say, and they need to try and make him, in inverted commas, normal. But really what the show helps the father to discover is that the child just doesn't work on the same frequency that everybody else does. And he does communicate. He communicates through numbers. And he seems to have information that other people don't seem to have. Now, a lot of children and young adults now, and adults as well, have, and I'm going to call them labels. I'm not suggesting that anybody disregard a doctor's advice, but I am suggesting that you be very careful about what you consider to be normal and not normal, because there is a massive frequency change within there. Normal is what we currently perceive to be the correct way to go about something, as is science. Science is the currently held belief within the scientific community that something is correct. Now, quantum physics has blown a lot of that out of the water, and people like Dr. Bruce Lipton, who discovered that the brain of the cell does not live within the nucleus in the center. It actually lives in the, what's that thing called? It's like the skin. It's not really the skin, but you know what I mean. So, but it's still being taught in universities today to budding scientists, Leesa. We have to be careful, don't we?
Yes, right.
Now, there is a program on Angel Heart Radio that was syndicated from the Good Intentions show, United Intentions Radio, with Dr. Bruce Lipton. It's fascinating. I'm going to make it the featured program after we finish the show, guys, so go and have a listen. It'll blow your mind. It's brilliant. Now, one of the things we have to be very careful with children, and this is where Metatron can help us, is that when a child doesn't behave the way that we currently perceive as the normal way, the way that we're going to get along in society, that we don't make them wrong and try to fix them, because often what happens is these kids then have to be drugged out of their brains. And that there are children that are supporting the big pharma, the big pharmaceutical companies. They're making them so wealthy and so rich because it's now considered normal to medicate children, Leesa, isn't it, in a lot of instances?
Well, I do believe in certain parts of the world, there's certainly a great tendency to instantly try and diagnose the problem when perhaps, I'm not saying in every case, but perhaps the problem is simply that the child is sensitive or sees or hears things that they don't understand. Exactly.
Now, Metatron can help you with this. Say you've got a child and you're going through the medical, on the medical path at the moment. Now, I am certainly not saying that you have to disregard everything a doctor says and that a doctor is always going to be wrong and that medication doesn't have a place. I myself am medicated for epilepsy. So it's not that I'm saying that, medications are always wrong, but I am saying they're not the only way sometimes for people. We have to be very careful that we don't blanket our children in a big blanket statement that says, you're normal, you're not, so you're okay, but you've got to be medicated. You can call upon Archangel Metatron to work with you to find a healthcare professional best suited to your child's needs. You can work with Archangel Metatron, call upon him, ask him to give you clear guidance, clear direction, so that it may be that there is another way that you can best assist your child and find a healthcare professional who is able to see beyond the stereotypical labelling that we're so quick to place upon children and people in general. He can also help you to stand strong when you're dealing with authority figures, because often now in schools, Leesa, kids, they demand children be medicated, which is very frightening to me, you know. But it also is extremely exciting because it gives us opportunities to make change, positive, powerful, loving change on the planet. So I'm actually going to read out today Doreen Virtue's invocation to Archangel Metatron, and you will find this in her wonderful book, which I highly recommend to everyone who loves working with angels, archangels, ascended masters, or any kind of divinity. And you can get it from anywhere, Hay House, the bookstores. Most bookstores have got it. Get it online anywhere. Archangels and Ascended Masters, a guide to working and healing with divinities and deities. So, that's fine. Oh, hang on. I've got to get to the page. Okay, here we go. So, she says here, if a child you care about has been labelled as having ADD or ADHD, and of course there's lots of others now because this was written quite a while ago, and medication has been recommended or prescribed, call upon Archangel Metatron to see if alternative treatments are available for you. Archangel Metatron, I ask for your powerfully loving intervention in helping name the child or children who has been labelled as disordered. Please help us to know God's will for this child. Oh, I've got goosebumps. And guide all of the adults involved to do what is best for the child. Please help us stand strong among authority figures and do what we know is right. Please help all of the adults involved in making decisions on behalf of this child engage in harmonious discussions, even if there are differing opinions. Metatron, please protect this child from any harm now and in the future. Thank you. And I think there are some really key things in that, Leesa. Harmonious discussion being one of them. It's not about you're right, you're wrong, I'm right, or I'm wrong, you're right, is it? We need harmonious discussions, don't we?
Yes, for the highest good.
Exactly. God's will, the universe's will, Creator's will, whatever your terminology is, what is God's will for this child? Because we're not talking about handing over power, we're talking about working within the harmonious structure of a person's soul contract as well, aren't we, Leesa?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. It's not about laying down the law. It's about working, like I say, for the highest good, for the best possible outcome within, with angelic help and physical world help with the assistance of the right healthcare professional.
Very powerful. So Metatron has an absolutely wonderful, awesome, incredible opportunity for you listening, for anyone you know who may be open to it. Let's say you've got a friend and their child is on medication, for example. And it's no use going to your friend and saying, oh, no, I heard Angel Heart Radio. You are doing the wrong thing. You are numbing down. You can't do that, can you, Leesa? We've got to understand that there's another way that we can assist people as well. We can call upon Archangel Metatron, for example, to go quietly and gently and lovingly, as he does, but in his own powerful, focused way, to reveal to the parents, to reveal to the healthcare workers what may be in the best interest of that child. What would you recommend, Leesa?
That's actually a wonderful tool that I would recommend prayer. You can pray for other people, obviously, as well as yourself, and that's a very common thing. And it's always with the purest intentions, for the highest good of all involved, for the best possible outcome, the most benevolent outcome. Prayer is the number one tool I use, and I find it gets wonderful results.
I have to agree. It's one of my, all-time, deeply loved, first port of call tools as well. And it also gives me great solace in times where I might be caught up in fear. And those times happen to me. They happen to everybody. And it's what we do when we're in those times of fear, Leesa, that's incredibly powerful. And Metatron is so amazing for helping us to step outside of fear and finding reasons, instead of to feel the fear, reasons to not feel the fear or focus on the fear. So Metatron can help focus our attention and our energy, clear our physical beings, help us understand esoterical information, help us overcome procrastination. See, I need him just for that alone, Leesa.
I need him.
I don't mean to, but I am like an Olympic athlete when it comes to procrastination. You know, my sun sign is Pisces. Oh, I'll do that later. I will get round to that. I'll just do this first. Oh, I don't feel like doing it right now. And Metatron's great for me because he can help me actually get more focused. He's like a laser beam. So he can help me to direct my energy when I hand over to him. Metatron, thank you for helping to direct my focus to the best way to use my energy right now. And he helps me, and I just feel this solid connection with him, Leesa. Okay, esoterical information. He can help us understand that as well, which is a great tool, because esoterical information can be very hard to grasp at times, can't it, Leesa?
Yes, it can seem perhaps a bit beyond our comprehension. Metatron will make it understandable.
And that's one of the things I love about him. He helps me in my physical reality right here today to understand something that my mind says is completely ununderstandable. A complete mystery.
Yeah.
What else does Metatron? Oh, okay. Metatron also helps newly crossed over children. So if you have a child who has passed on to heaven, or you know of a child, or you hear of a child in the news, or someone in your community, you can call on Archangel Metatron to be of loving assistance to that child. And to the parents, because it's very, thank you, God, I've never experienced this myself. So I'm speaking here not from experience, and I certainly do not say that I would understand how anyone could possibly feel about that. I don't. But I do know that Archangel Metatron is perfectly placed, perfectly geared, and it is within his divine structure, his divine power, to be of great assistance. Leesa?
Yeah, I did. Yes, that's a lovely thought. It's just I'm feeling Metatron quite strongly. Excuse me if I sound a bit vague. I'll ask him to tone his energy down because it's a bit intense. Yeah, he does. He's certainly present with us as we speak.
Yeah, absolutely. And then children on Earth. Archangel Metatron will also help the children on Earth. So whenever you see a situation or an event, whenever you see anything involving children that causes your heart to feel sadness, whenever you feel hurt, if you feel anger, these energies actually won't support anyone. They're not energies that will go out into the world and create. They are energies that will drag you down. They will drag anyone you're talking to about down. So when you go out there in the world, Leesa, and how many times have we done this ourselves or heard someone doing, oh, did you hear about such and such? People always say to me, and they always want to tell me about a tragedy. Did you hear about something on the news? I don't watch the news personally. I know for an absolute fact. No, and people say you can't bury your head in the sand, Anayah. But I know for an absolute fact that any information I need to have will come to me. I'm absolutely, positively certain about that. So, I personally choose not to read newspapers. I don't read magazines except for spiritual magazines or magazines that, like sometimes if I'm, somewhere and there's a, a National Geographic or something. No, what is it? Reader's Digest with Life's Like That. I find those quite hilarious sometimes. I choose what I want to read, Leesa. What do you do? How do you go about the whole issue of newspapers, magazines, etc.? How does it work for you personally?
Well, I choose not to watch television. That's my personal choice. I'm not saying it's a virtue. It's a choice. And I stay away from television news. I don't listen to radio news. If I want news, like you say, it will come to me. What I need to know comes to me. I mean, I do Facebook, so I keep up with events through there when I need to know about them. I put out the request that if I need to know about it, then send it to me through my Facebook friends or one of my physical friends, or send me the guidance that I need to know. But apart from that, I don't want to get dragged down into all that heavy negativity that you see on television news. It just used to just about ruin my day, some of the things I saw on the television news. And it would just drag me down for hours afterwards.
And it's important to note, too, that when very sensitive people like you and I and other people listening go into that place, we're sending out great waves of angst and fear and despair and sadness, and that we know will never, ever support a higher level. Well, I don't really like that word, but it will not help raise the energy around a situation. It will not help the vibrational frequency that we're sending out into the world support the world in a much more productive way. So if you do choose to listen to the news, that's entirely up to you. But please notice how you feel. Please notice the conversations you're having, because, again, your thoughts don't create change. We think they do. We think thoughts create change. Thoughts may go out into the world, our thought forms go out into the world. So say you have a thought where you're thinking something bad about anything. You can send the angels out there, especially Archangel Michael, and Metatron will help with this as well, to take that, transform that energy, that thought form, and just bam, I always say that, cancel, clear, delete that. Right? Because that is a thought form, an energy form in the world that I don't want to put out there. So then I think something different. So I might think ABC, that's a negative thing. Cancel, clear, delete that. So I think about the opposite. I'm so happy and grateful that whatever. Find something along those lines. Now, we've only got a few minutes left, Leesa, and I do want to talk about the visit that I had from Archangel Metatron and Mother Mary. And they came to me and showed me very, very clearly how they are working together, which I never knew until they came to me. The feeling of these two amazing beings working together on behalf of children and also on behalf of our inner children, our inner child, i.e. us as adults, with that tender place within us, was absolutely beautiful.
Wow, that sounds incredible. I did not know they worked together.
No, I didn't either. So if you are receiving information that you've never heard of before, it's really important not to automatically discount it. How do you feel? What's happening to your body? When I got those two visiting me, it was like a rosy glow just echoing from my heart and just bringing me such feelings of peace, contentment, inspiration, and love. So I automatically know I can trust that. They're very high vibrational frequencies, all of them. See, and we hear this all the time too. People say, how do I know that I'm really connecting with an angel? How do I know that it's not a fallen angel in disguise as an angel and just sucking me in? Well, it's impossible. An angel's energy cannot, and I'd like to hear from you on this, Leesa, it is impossible, absolutely impossible, for the high frequency vibration of love, joy, pure love, that is an angel or an archangel, that cannot be replicated by a lower energy field. Can it, Leesa?
Yeah. Yes, I actually made a video on my YouTube channel along these lines, a couple of years ago, and it was called Test the Spirits. From the book of John in the Christian Bible, there's a passage that says, "Beloved, you must always test the spirits." I mean, like that feeling, if you're getting an overwhelming sense of love and joy, I think you put it beautifully. I mean, like it can't be faked. But if you're unsure and you're doubting whether that you are making a true connection with an angelic being, you can say this little statement out loud 3 times, and that is, "In the name of Creator, do you come for my divine highest good?" You can say that 3 times, and as spiritual law, the being must respond truthfully on the 3rd time. And if you get a negative, you probably get a very yucky feeling, and you can just say, "In the name of our Creator, I command you to leave now." You are completely protected by Archangel Michael. Call on him before you make any spiritual connections, and you're totally covered.
It's a good thing to do. So if you imagine, just go into a room, any room, it's night time, it's the middle of the night, there's no light around, turn off the light. Okay, so you imagine it's dark, pitch black. Is a frequency that is absent of light. Now, unless you're right out in the boondocks somewhere, there's always going to be light from stars or whatever. But just for the purposes of our little experiment today, we can just discount all of that, because this is just a little process we're doing. So you go into a room and it's absolutely dark. Now, if you imagine you've got a ball of darkness, and we're not talking evil, we're just talking dark, absence of light, right? So it's not a matter of you've got an energy field in your hand. You do not. I would never suggest that. But if you put more dark into dark, are you going to get any light? No, you're not, because it's not possible. It's just not possible. Dark never creates light. So if I go into a room, the only way to get light is to put light into it. So when I turn on a light, for example, using a physical term, when I turn on a light, the darkness is dispelled because the light is greater, it's stronger, it fills the corners, it radiates throughout that space. Now, when you're feeling in a dark place in yourself, this is what I recommend you do. What Leesa has recommended is ideal. Do it. You can also call on the light. Call on the light. You can call it God. You can call it love. You can call it Creator. You can call it anything you want. It doesn't matter. Go straight to the loving light, the divinity of love, the highest order of light. When you are in that space, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that can pretend to be that. We've only got 90 seconds left, everyone. If we tune in, if you miss the end, you can't replicate that. Light is a frequency all of its own, and you can't have a lower frequency and a higher frequency in the same vibration. They repel each other. It doesn't work. It's a law. It just can't happen. So, Leesa, when we bring in the light of the angels do not have egos, and apart from Sandalphon and Metatron, they've never lived a human life. They've never had bodies. They don't have an ego. An angel is actually a being without ego. Isn't that right, Leesa?
Absolutely. Purest love.
So when we don't have an ego, it's impossible to have an agenda. When we don't have an agenda, then we don't have, there's just no way that you can create a false sense of security when you do not have any ego, any lower frequency in your being at all, because you are the highest, most beautiful frequency, which is God's love for us. Now, the angels were created specifically to support us, weren't they, Leesa?
They're there to help us. Yes, definitely. It's just like it is their greatest wish to serve Creator, and as expressions of Creator, it is their greatest wish to serve us.
That's right, to support us in our own path towards more and more love, more and more light, more and more beauty. Now, if we're in a part of our day or our life or our mind where, let's just say, we're angry with someone, we're fearful, we're wanting to seek revenge because someone's done something terrible to us. Now, the angels don't leave us. Leesa, what can you say to people about when we may be in that part of our human experience?
If it's at all possible, Metatron's light bath would be a wonderful thing to do, or even just calling on him to cleanse you of those negative feelings, emotions, and beliefs. Metatron will very much help you with this issue, and just even taking a few deep breaths and counting to 10 before you react, the old trick of, don't just explode.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath and count to 10.
Perfect. Now, let's just say you're angry with someone. Metatron's an awesome angel to call on because he can help you to actually understand the other person's or the other people's motivation for action. And normally what we'll find, really when we dig deep enough, is that someone hasn't set out deliberately to hurt us because they can, even though it feels that way. It's usually because they themselves are in such a place of pain that they're trying to diffuse the situation, even to the risk and intent of harming another. So when we start digging deeper and deeper, we find that we have this amazing spiritual power to keep coming back to love. So, and this, I've been in a situation myself where something really, really cruel was done, and it took me a long time to be willing to overcome the feelings of I wanted revenge, not as in I wanted to hurt them, but I wanted justice, Took me a long time, Leesa, and really working with the angels to get to a point where I could understand that the other person was obviously in great pain themselves, and to willingly and genuinely send them loving energy, light energy, not as a way of changing them, but as a way of changing myself and lifting my own frequency to come to a place of peace and acceptance and surrender around that. It wasn't easy.
Yeah.
But it was powerful. It's important, isn't it?
Yes.
It's important to step out of that and give ourselves every opportunity to radiate the frequency of light, of love. So call on Archangel Metatron today. Ask him to step in and show you that he's around. And then trust what you get. Trust is one of the big key ingredients, Leesa.
Yes, it's it can feel like an impossible step, but just trust and surrender. Hand it over to the angels and have faith, if you prefer to think of it that way. Just trust, surrender, and faith that everything will be taken care of in the best way possible.
Absolutely. And if Metatron comes to you in a different way that we've described, trust. Just ask, Archangel Metatron, is this you? Notice what your energy does from your heart center, not from your head. Does your energy seem to lift even a tiny bit? When your energy lifts, it's an affirmative. When your energy drops, it's a negative. So let's just say your energy drops. You think, it's not Archangel Metatron. It may be just that your mind is getting in the way. Metatron is still there. So call again, Archangel Metatron, please show me in love that you are with me. Does your energy come up, even just a tiny bit, in your heart center? Because when our mind gets involved, Leesa, our energy drops because we're naturally dropping into the mental energy, which is heavy. It's not that something is wrong necessarily, is it? It's just that mental energy is heavy. It's dense.
Yes, it certainly is.
Yeah. Okay, the next archangel we have for you is Archangel Raphael. Woo-hoo. I'm so excited about this because, Archangel Raphael is such a well-known archangel, but not only that, I call him the top doc in heaven. He's so beautiful in terms of his healing energy.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about all the ways that you can connect with Raphael and some of the ways that you can say you really believe in allopathic medication and treatment, so you want to just go down the doctor route for whatever's going on, that's absolutely fine. But you can still work with Raphael, and we're going to show you how. Thank you, Leesa. It's been lovely, lovely, lovely having Metatron with us today and actually being able to broadcast.
Absolutely, it has. It's been wonderful.
Oh, relief. Thank you, Metatron, for being with us. Thank you, Angels, for supporting us. And 2 weeks from today, we will be back with Archangel Raphael. Keep an eye out on our Facebook page, Angel Heart Radio on Facebook. Leesa Ellis, New Zealand Angel Specialist and Intuitive. That's right, isn't it, Leesa?
Angel Specialist and Intuitive.
The Angel Specialist and Intuitive is also on Facebook. Angel Light 777 is on Facebook. You will find me there, though, as Angel Guidance. And I'm really excited to be bringing you the Archangel series once again. Coming up on Angel Heart Radio, we've got some wonderful programs for you as well. Coming up, the next show we have for you is Sun in Virgo, Mercury in retrograde, and ... Annette McCoy is joined by Jackie Hickox. She is an incredible astrologer and can reveal so much to you, and her programs are really, I always learn something, Leesa. She's an amazing teacher.
She certainly is. Just to let you know, Anayah, you're getting a bit crackly right now.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. You'll find that on angelheartradio.com. Thank you, everyone. Love you. Thanks for joining us, and look forward to being with you again soon.
You've been listening to another fabulous program on Angel Heart Radio. Our goal is to remind you of how much you matter in the world, and to let you know that we appreciate who you are in the world. You can check out who's on, when we're on, and who our guests are at angelheartradio.com. Everything is there. It's all just one click away. Angel Heart Radio programs are powerful tools to help you in your life and your life experience. They are not intended, nor should they, be used to replace your medical or legal advice. The views expressed by hosts, co-hosts, callers, guests, and associates should not be construed as advice from Angel Heart Radio.